Welcome to a Honda C... Hang on a minute. And welcome to a Honda CB200 video. We are back on the steering head. So I left off last time with doing the bearings, clearing up the yokes, etc. And we were looking, I was mulling over whether I should actually fit these taper roller bearings. And I was very much in two minds. The bearings on the bike seem to be in fairly good condition, and why replace serviceable parts with new bits when there is always the chance that these don't fit, because obviously they're not a Honda part, etc. And some of you got back in touch via the comments. I really thank you very much for getting in touch with the comments, etc. Really appreciate your feedback. All opinions are valid here, sir. And the decision is that I'm going to fit back the ball bearings. So here they are in their lovely greasy state. So I'm going to clean these up and inspect them, check out what condition they're in, because the races were good. I've got some of the more races in here that need to be cleaned up as well. So yeah, it's a bit of a clean and tidy session first off. Yeah, let's crack on. Right, a load of parts have been sitting in white spirit after being in the deoxy, derusting. So hopefully a decent screwdriver at the end of the day. If you haven't seen the video of the deoxy, I'll put a card up in the video screen up there. Click on that. So it's a derusting solution that I think is pretty darn good. Yeah, so that looks good. I'll clean that over later on. So what we got? So So there's a load of bits tied up over there. Ball bearings in here. The race is there, which is fairly tidy, but I want to get some of the rust off that on the outside. And that's the top cap nut and the balls in there. Going to put that into the ultrasonic and give that a bit of a clean. So these bolts and things that have come out. So some of this blackening is when you put the material into the deoxy, it gets rid of all the rust. But clean metal gets a sort of a black patina, black sort of surface residue coating on it, and that needs to be wire brushed off. I mean, if I give this a rub, you'll see it will come off in the cloth. So there we are there. So I just need to give this a wire brush and also get rid of all the gunk in there, as it were, and give that a bit of a tidy up. I'll do that with all of those bits. What else have we got? So top washer, I'll go put that in the ultrasonic now. Handlebar brackets and polish. Yeah, I reckon we're nearly there. So I go whack this in the ultrasonic, and then I'm going to give this a derust and clean up. So the actual ball bearing race, as with the previous, that's looking fairly tidy, nice and clean. No rust pitting, very good. But just the outside's looking a little bit rusty. So I think. I might give that a wire ball brush when I do the bolts. Right, pouring this out with lots of ball bearings in, coffee filter in the funnel. Right, first job, count them. $36. We've got them all. So having a good look at these. So these are all looking absolutely brilliant. Nice and clean. No pitting, no rust marks. Yep, they're looking really good. Right, wire brush out. Let's do some wire brushing. And there we go. So we've got the dials, buckets, whatever they're called, steering handlebar clamp there, indicator stanchions from other indicators, bolts, top bearing face all nicely cleaned off, de-rusted and tidied up, and the nut and for that. Now I have noticed on here that there's some slight, I don't know how well you'll make out, but there's some slight burring on this, so I'm going to deal with that next. Right, I'm going to try with this little hammer first, but what I want to do, I don't want to file off these burrs somewhere where the tools jumped out and pulled. I just want to try and push them back in. Right, now that I've pushed some of that metal back into place, I'm just going to literally just finish tidying up with a very fine needle file. Right, there we go. So there's a load of parts all cleaned up, all tidy, ready to go back on the bike. The yokes are done and ready to go back on the bike. Headlight is ready and back to go on the bike. Now the only thing I've not been able to do, and something I do want to do, is get into these. So the Speedo is in the, yeah, this is in the worst state. So bad oxidation coming around the face is not great. So I have an awful feeling what I'm going to have to do is cut open the back lip here, so I can then remove this pit and then this back face, and then hopefully the whole thing mechanism will come out. Hopefully there's enough room to get this out. So yeah, so any thoughts, any comments, any suggestions? Yeah. Anyway, I think that's where we'll leave it for this one. Nice and short, bit of progress, getting there. But yeah, there we are. Hope you found that enjoyable. Do hit the subscribe button and the bell notification to be notified of future uploads. Do put your comments below, particularly if you've got any ideas on restoring these. That'd be great to hear about. And there we are. Thanks very much. And again, thanks for your comments on the previous video. Really appreciate it. So yeah, there we are. That's it for the day. Thanks very much. Cheers and bye-bye.